To play Moe Gaming for the first time, you need to enable permissions as prompted. The software will indicate any permissions that are not enabled, and you can click to open them. The required permissions will be displayed here, including location access. The controller is currently in sleep mode. Click any button to wake it up, click to add a device, and it will automatically search for available devices. Click the icon to automatically connect to the device. Once connected, the Inkfish Gamespace will pop up. Inkfish Gamespace only appears when connected in PS mode, HID standard mode, or Xbox mode. Inkfish Gamespace consists of 4 sections. Key mapping section. Here you can change key mappings and record macros. You can remap any key to whatever button you prefer. For example, in the Switch emulator, the A and B buttons are reversed. You can change the key settings by swapping A for B, then click to confirm. The same operation applies to other buttons as well. If you want to restore the default configuration, you can click the Reset Keys button to reset them. Next is the introduction to macro recording. For example, if you want to set M1 and M2 as macro buttons, there are 4 different trigger methods available, which you can set according to your preferences. Click to edit, then click to start recording and perform the button actions you want to record sequentially. Once you've completed the actions, click to stop recording. Afterward, click to save. The macro recording in this section follows the same principles as shortcut key macros, but in Inkfish Gamespace, you can adjust the timing of the recorded actions. You can customize it based on your specific needs. Joystick section. Here you can adjust the joystick dead zone and the X and Y axis inversions. The default dead zone value is 2, but it can be adjusted anywhere from 0 to 100 based on your preference. This section also allows you to adjust the inversion of the joystick's X and Y axis. When enabled, moving the joystick will make it operate in the opposite direction. Additionally, there are more joystick settings available. You can change the joystick to directional buttons or swap the directional buttons with the joystick depending on your needs. The response curve represents how fast or slow the joystick responds by dragging the first point at the front of the response curve upward. You can make the joystick respond faster. Conversely, by dragging the first point at the end of the curve downward, you can make the joystick response slower. You can adjust the response curve based on your specific needs, but we recommend leaving this setting as is unless necessary. Trigger section. This section allows you to adjust the trigger dead zone and enable the quick trigger setting. Here you can adjust the trigger's dead zone. The trigger starting travel has a default dead zone value of 2. The smaller the starting travel, the more sensitive the trigger will be. The trigger endpoint travel has a default dead zone value of 98. You can also adjust the starting travel to a 0 dead zone. This is for the trigger endpoint travel. The larger the value, the shorter the final travel distance. The smaller the value, the longer the final travel distance. Adjust these settings based on your needs. We default to a small dead zone to avoid accidental presses. Both the left and right triggers are adjustable. Additionally, there's a quick trigger switch allowing you to change from linear trigger mode to quick trigger mode. Motor vibration section. Here you can set up vibration feedback and adjust the vibration intensity. For example, you can assign vibration to any button. In this case, we'll use the X button for demonstration. Click to confirm that the setup is complete. When you press the X button, it will vibrate. In this section, you can adjust the motor vibration intensity with 6 different intensity levels available for customization. Click the vibration test button to test the motor's vibration. If you don't want the button to vibrate, you can click it again to disable the vibration. Once you're done with the settings, click Save and Exit. You can also adjust the report rate by clicking the settings here. There are 3 levels to choose from. The default output is 250 Hz and it can be adjusted up to 500 Hz. We recommend selecting 125 Hz or 250 Hz for devices with lower specifications. For higher-end devices, 500 Hz is recommended for optimal performance. There is a test interface here where you can test all the buttons. This allows you to check if the button functions are working properly.